This is a presentation that I would share with my building as a new building principal. This would include my philosophy of school improvement. I firmly believe that it all starts with a desire to want to be better. Continuous improvement is one of the main components of being an educator. Not only should we want to consistently be better for ourselves, but we also want to be better for our students. As educators, we need to have that firm desire to want to do better. We need to want to do more, we want to excel, and we always want to be lifelong learners. We know that the change process can definitely be a difficult time for teachers, but it's important to get everybody on board because overall, change is generally 90% positive when people are open to the idea of it. But all in all, we know that complacency destroys growth and success. The next component is to make sure that we have a shared vision. This isn't the administrative team's role, but it's a role that involves everybody in the process. This shared vision must come to life with the ideas of others, whether that be staff members, teachers, certified or non-certified staff, and leadership roles such as administrative roles. We all must come together to develop a vision that we can all firmly believe in. It's up to us to decide these action steps and take some accountability towards those goals and what we want for our staff and for our students. It's not only a vision of the school, but it's also a mission statement that must tie together so that way we're all open to the idea of growing together and remaining accountable towards those goals. The next thing is that we need to focus on data. Not only is data just important, but it drives our decisions and instruction on a daily basis. We must be open to the idea of looking at data together. This can't be done in isolation, but it requires everyone to get on board to look at it together so that way there's accountability for all teachers in terms of student success. We must be open to the idea of appreciating data for what it's worth, and the rest will follow. One of the favorite quotes that I read was reviewing the data as a group ensures that everyone understands how to read and interpret them. Most of the time, teachers will feel very overwhelmed and they won't even know where to start when interpreting data and making action steps on when to move forward with decisions and instruction. It's good teaching and good practices to look at it as a group because this holds true that all the accountability will be for staff members, and it will help ensure that we're providing good instruction and best practices, and it's not just dependent on a single person. It truly is a group effort. Next, we must withhold strong values. One of the terms that I recall reading is about pig commitment, which is the reference to being fully committed and invested in a vision or goal. And people take on considerable amounts of extra responsibility without thought, and administrators give up their levers of control by sharing the leadership responsibility. It kind of turns back to the shared vision process. When we all hold strong values, it's a group effort and it's not done alone. We must make sure that all employees have a real say in the way that things are done. And when they accept the challenge, people will know that their place isn't just done in isolation. Leaders need to give internal and external stakeholders more of a say in order for them to be fully invested in the vision and in the process. We know that as leaders, intimidation will not get them anywhere. Administrators like myself would need to withhold an open door policy, which allows teachers to feel respected, valued, and it helps maintain positive and healthy relationships with all. We want teachers to feel like they're welcome, that they have a say, that they have a purpose, because without them, schools really aren't anything. And values become real only when we demonstrate them in a way that you act in the way you insist others to behave. So we pretty much have to lead by example with these strong values. Certainly, next but not least, we must focus on the shared leadership portion of school improvement. The concept of shared leadership strengthens collective accountability for it and envisions all that members of the school community can become leaders in achieving the desired results. It's important to note that this leadership can be shared. If anybody has skills or traits or different experiences that make them qualified, anybody can do this leadership token, not only those in administrative roles. This holds true that accountability will be stronger for these members and that more people will be held accountable for the steps that they're taking to make these school improvement processes come to life. A quote that stuck with me was that we want our educators to be lifelong learners, and the best way to do that is to provide professional learning that is cyclical, that doesn't end. We must have professional development days and staff development days where teachers are continuously learning. We want students to be lifelong learners, and alongside, we're going to be lifelong learners with them. That's the only way to not remain complacent, but to help strive towards our goals and reach total success as a building. Improvement happens when everybody comes together. This diagram shows that the professional development cycle is continuous. It's never ending. It starts with planning, teams learning together, teams following through with the action steps and doing the steps necessary to help reach that plan and that end goal, and to continuously assess, are we where we want to be? Are we reaching the strides that we should be at? Are we showing growth? If not, if we're not assessing very well and things are not working, then we need to reevaluate. What are some things that we can change? What are some action steps we might need to change, or different things to put in place, so that way everybody's held accountable and it's a continuous effort where we continuously follow the cycle process in order to help ensure that the school improvement processes are working, they're effective, and they're efficient. Last but not least, together we can. As a team, together we achieve more. Success is just down the path as the road that everybody seeks after in order to help reach total success. The time is now. We can't wait any further. It must be done together, not in isolation, and it's a collaborative effort where together we can do great things. Overall, this is a list of references that I referred to during my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and these are some of the main components of school improvement that I will continuously remember and grow on and keep those in my personal philosophy when moving forward. Thank you.